In this video, we're going to look at this MacBook Pro 2011, late 2011, 13-inch, and see if we can get it up and running just long enough so that we can get the photos off of it. I have a feeling we're not going to be able to get it performing so that it's a functional laptop, but we might be able to salvage the data on it. So the trick is to try and take my MacBook Pro 2012, late 2012 I think it is, but it's a 15-inch, and see if I can take some parts from this and use it in that so that we have something operational. Fun times. Okay, here's my brother's laptop, here's my laptop, got my tool. I've opened it up. Here is the hard drive, the CD drive, the battery, and there's the RAM. Looks like there's only one RAM slot. Okay, the RAM is only 2 gigs. So hopefully I can upgrade this with my one. I've got 2 4 gig slots. So by putting one of the 4 gig slots in there, hopefully it'll make it a little bit faster. I'm not sure if I can replace the battery though, because this is a 13-inch laptop and mine's a 15-inch laptop. I guess we'll soon see. As we can see, this is super sandy and super dusty. There's a lot of dust everywhere. Okay, I've dusted off what I can of the lid and the machine, but I don't have a compressed air can, so that's as good as it's gonna get for now. And I have to be careful not to do too much dusting because I could short circuit any one of these. Okay, so now it's time to unscrew my laptop and see if I can reveal anything useful. As you can see, these screws are tiny, but these are actually the biggest ones, and the biggest screws are here, 1, 2, and 3. All the remaining screws are, oops, don't want to lose that, are this tiny. So, no, you can't really see that, but that's how tiny. Okay, so I can now take my lid off. I've got those 2 lids there. And now I can see that, yes, there's definitely a bigger battery here, so I won't be able to swap that out. Hard drive is the same, but I can't replace that because they need their hard drive. I've got the CD-ROM, and this is the RAM, and this one is 8 gigs, so hopefully that alone will improve the performance. You can see here that I've actually got 2 fans to heat, 2 fans that can cool the CPU, whereas this smaller machine has only 1 fan. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to unclick the RAM this way, and that will help it to slot out. As you can see, when I've unclicked it, it has come out of its slot, and I'm just going to pull that out without touching the green part at all. I actually need to pull it out from the side here so that I don't short circuit anything. So I've just pulled one of the 2 gig RAM slots out of the 13-inch machine, and I can see there's actually 2 slots there, and therefore because there's 2 gig cards, there's 4 gigs of RAM there in that machine, as opposed to mine. I've only got 1 card in there. As you can see, the other slot is empty, the one underneath. And I've got 8 gigs of RAM. So by putting that 8 gigs over to the 13-inch machine, hopefully that will give it 10 gigs of RAM, but I'm not sure. I mean, in theory it sounds good. I'm not sure if it'll actually work. There are a whole bunch of pins at the top. Now this is a 204 pin card, and it's all those gold lines at the top. Those are the pins. And that will tell me whether or not it actually fits inside. So I've checked that both of these are 204 pin slots. Okay, so I've put the 8 gig card in there, and hopefully I can seal it up, start it up, and see if that makes a difference. For safety reasons, I'm going to put the cover back on my one, even though I don't need to, but that's just so that I can keep the dust out of it, so that it doesn't, and just in case I need any other parts for some other reason. See, there's a lot of dust here which could be agitating the computer. I wish I had some compressed air so I could actually clean that, but I don't, so we're gonna see if we can get it to perform just based on the RAM. These tiny screws are such a pain to work with. Ideally, I would have my magnetic toolkit where the screwdriver has a magnet on it so that I can easily get these in, but I don't. So I have to do it by hand. Okay, it's all been screwed in now. So now we've got to check and see if that actually worked. It in. We can see the green light is on. Wow, it's doing something. Okay, let's see what happens. I should probably start this in safe mode. Okay, the fact that that's trying to do something is probably a good sign. Perhaps it means that the RAM is actually working. Okay, I found out that this RAM is too high spec for the laptop. Frequency is much higher than what the laptop is capable of handling. So I've had to order a cable, an external adapter for this hard drive so that I can at least get the photos off it. So we're not going to end up with a working, functioning laptop, but hopefully we can get the data off the hard disk.